Baking soda there and mix it around. This is gonna help. What I found, it's gonna make it a little bit easier to mix the Vaseline. So we're gonna go ahead, add here about a tablespoon of Vaseline. It's a little bit of tough part. The Vaseline's a little sticky, sometimes tough to mix, get out of the spoon, but we're gonna try our best to go ahead and mix that around here in the bowl. All right, let's see how we do. It's tough, it doesn't want to mix sometimes, it kind of just sticks to the middle. All right, let's see how best we can get this distributed around. Okay, so next step here, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add some glue, not too much here. We're just adding about 1/4 of a cup of glue, just to give it a little bit of that kind of stickiness. All right, so here we go. Have our Vaseline, have our glue. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna give this a good mix. Try to get this really mixed all around as best we can. And like I said, it's tough. The Vaseline kind of likes to try to stick to itself. So once you kind of have to press it a little bit, cut it up, you know, to try to get it as distributed as much as possible. This will help because at the end of the day, it's gonna help the slime have a better consistency and mix better. So all in all, just spend a couple extra seconds here trying to get it mixed. And you know, with all these things, it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can just go ahead and, you know, you don't have to worry about perfection. Just, you know, if you get it close, get it mixed in some type of decent fashion. All right. So here we're gonna add a little bit of coloring here. All right. There we go. Give it a nice look. All right, so it's starting to look good here. We have some of the building blocks. All right, now here comes the fun stuff. So we're gonna go ahead, we're actually gonna add the activator. We're gonna add a good amount of this. You can see as it hits, kind of starts to change a little bit of the consistency, the look and feel of the slime here. And you know, we're probably gonna have to go back and add a little bit of more activator, but you don't have to add it all at once. You can do this, help kind of mix it around a little bit first, and then you can go back and add some more activator. So just to make sure you get the right amount, the right consistency. All right. Starting to look interesting, starting to stick to itself, starting to really look Vaseline-y and gloopy here. All right, I actually did pretty good in this first go round. I don't know how much more activator we may need. Just gonna put a tiny little sprinkle here. Let's see, if even that. This is pretty good. I'm gonna put a dab more activator, and then that should be that. All right. And at this point, I'm gonna stop stirring it, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and start kneading it with my hands to get nice and gloopy and slimy. Okay, so now here comes the fun stuff. So here we essentially have, you know, a nice bit of Vaseline slime, but it's not yet cloud slime. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here is very simple technique. We're just gonna add a little bit of toilet paper to the slime, and we're gonna go ahead and fold that in. You can see that kind of like buries itself, it gets mixed, it gets kind of becomes part of the consistency, right? And you want to kind of break that up and try to get it to really go inside the slime. It's tough here, right? Because the slime is really kind of, I want to say, like slimy and doesn't want to really mix well. But let's go ahead and add another piece here. All right, here we go. And it's going to be tough because it's, you know, this slime, it doesn't really want to mix at this point. It's kind of made up its mind about what consistency it wants to be. We're going to almost like break it up in like a tearing fashion to try to get these little bits of tissue paper mixed into the slime as best we can. All right, and maybe hard to see, but the slime is getting a little, still like has that Vaseline-like texture, but getting a little bit more fluffy and cloud-like. All right, make sure we try to cut up all the big pieces so it really mixes itself in here with the slime. All right, let's see. I think if we go for a couple more pieces, we'll be in really good shape in terms of trying to make this into like a cloud-like Vaseline slime. All right, let's give it one more shot. And the key here is really, you put it in here, it wants to stay together, but you got to try to break it up and get it to mix really well into the slime. So you just get these little pieces of the toilet paper that are giving the slime a little bit of a different consistency. Almost like kneading it, breaking it up, pushing it back together. All right. So still Vaseline-y, getting a little cloud-like, a little kind of airy and fluffier than it was. As you can see, we can just keep adding pieces of paper, kind of kneading it, tearing it, getting it to be like this cloud-like fluffiness. Like I said, when you find a clump, just kind of break it up and get it into like tinier pieces and just keep kneading it here. It's a little bit of a slow process, but eventually you end up with just very small pieces of the toilet paper, so you can't really see, that it's these clumps, and the slime has a little bit of a better consistency, a little bit more cloud-like and fluffier and airy. All right, so almost there. I think this is a good amount of toilet paper to add in here, just as long as you get it good and mixed. You can see here we have this kind of Vaseline cloud slime. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's a good amount mixed. And here's a good view of kind of, it's still slimy, but it has a little bit of a fluffiness to it. So there you have it, Vaseline cloud slime. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.